exactly. Definitely a brand new book. Now, the loss of a loved one is hard enough to deal with as an adult. Imagine being a child who doesn't really understand the depth of what have just happened and not able to talk about it because you don't know how. Well, we've got a writer in studio, Chyemenn Santos, who has given us an opportunity to delve into this issue with a brand new book called The Brightest Star in the Sky. Chyemenn, so good to have you.
Thank you so much, Kim.
Wow, I must tell you, this is a universal story. Loss doesn't actually come from death. It comes from someone walking out of your life, but I'm so happy that you've tackled it. Tell us about your journey towards writing this book.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My husband passed away in a car accident. It was about 2.5 years ago. It'll be 3 years in November. And
so sorry.
It's okay. A few years before he passed away, my family and I, we were going through something a little difficult, and I had written a little story for my niece and nephew, and to help us through that. I had said to Miguel, my late husband, that I was thinking of maybe publishing the story, but I didn't actually go through with it. I didn't tell anyone about it. He knew about it, he read it, he was like, I think you should. I was like, no, I'm not going to do anything. So 5 months after he died, I get an email from Mascot Books in the States telling me that they're still interested in my book.
Wow.
And I completely forgot that I had written the story. So I thought it was spam, but I read properly and I said, hang on, that is the title of the story that I had written. So anyway, we spoke on Skype and he said, have you written anything else? I said, actually I have, because my husband recently passed away. And I saw how my sister struggled to tell my niece and nephew when it happened. And when it happened, one of the first things that went through my mind was I kept saying, Katia, have you told Katerina and Alex? I saw how difficult it was. She would say, you know, Uncle Miggs is in hospital. He wasn't. He had already died. So this got me thinking, and there were two main reasons why I wanted to do it. I wrote a little story for my niece and nephew. It wasn't meant to be published, but in a way my husband left me this gift by having sent that other story all those years before. So I wrote this story for him and for my niece and nephew, and I also didn't want anyone to ever feel what I felt. I wanted to give people a bit of hope on, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's heavy stuff. It really is a difficult topic. Loss is something that is universal. Sorry. We all go through it. I'm so sorry for your loss.
I'm sorry.
But you know what? What you've done is you've given people an opportunity to start a conversation. I think the hardest thing is to talk to a child as to how it happened, why it happened. They don't understand, you know? So thank you so much for having written this book.
I just wanted to give people hope, not just children, adults as well. And I saw, and I think the most amazing part for me is emails that I get from people that read it. Adults who say, you know, I read this book and it reminded me of my brother or my mom or my grandfather who died, and they say, you know, it brought tears to my eyes, but it left me like with a smile as well. And I like that. And I hope that maybe schools will use it as a tool to discuss this very difficult topic with children, because it's not the easiest thing to discuss.
It's not the easiest thing, but you've started the conversation with The Brightest Star in the Sky. Chyemenn, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for sharing your story with us. And if you are going through that, you can perhaps get hold of Chyemenn at The Brightest Star in the Sky. That's on Twitter, am I correct?
It's not on Twitter, it's on Instagram.
It's on Instagram.
But on Instagram, under my name.
Under her name, so you can definitely check that out. Well, we are continuing some more very, very important topics on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Back to you, Kat.